What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a look at the upcoming Air Jordan 3 Retro Rare Air. This is an upcoming colorway of the Air Jordan 3 that's part of Jordan Brand's Rare Air collection, which pays homage to those early samples or early prototypes in the design process that feature imperfections, alternate materials, and other features that are usually deemed wrong on a normal Air Jordan release, but this time it's being celebrated as part of this Rare Air collection. So we already saw the Air Jordan 1 Rare Air, but there's going to be these Jordan 3s, and I believe a Jordan 4 and Jordan 11 as part of this pack. And while I personally passed on the Jordan 1s, I wasn't feeling that whatsoever, these Jordan 3s actually kind of caught my eye in a really strange way. So these are slated to drop on May 30th, and they retail for $210 US or $270 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is black, chili red, neutral gray, military blue, and coconut milk. And these will be available at select Air Jordan retailers, including the Closet Inc. here in Canada. The Closet Inc. is my go-to shop when it comes to Nikes and Jordan Retros. They're independently owned and operated, and they're based right here in Southern Ontario in Canada. So for all my Canadian viewers out there, I'll link their socials, their website, all of that good stuff down below. So check them out, support the independent shops, and tell them that you heard about them through my channel. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box. So this box is kind of done in this mismatched style where we have different design elements from past Air Jordan boxes. So on the top of the lid, we have the iconic face design with Michael Jordan's face. I don't know how obvious this is on the camera. And then on the bottom of the lid, we have Jumpman Flight. This is on both sides. And then inside the top of the lid, we have Jumpman Flight branding again, and then the paper has elephant print. So jumping into the details of the shoe itself, at first glance, this looks like a normal Air Jordan 3 black cement, but there are a lot of differences on this shoe that really make it unique. So starting things off with the upper, this is crafted out of a very soft, slightly tumbled black leather, and this is a nice genuine leather. Overlaid on top of the front half of the toe box, we have another layer of genuine black leather, and then overlaid on top of this, instead of the normal elephant print, here we have a cut of dark gray genuine suede. For the bottom two eyelets, this is covered in a gray colored TPU or plastic, and then next to this, we have this perforated gray colored suede, and then the middle three eyelets are constructed out of a matte black TPU. The very top two eyelets, this is covered in a gray colored TPU again, and then underneath this, you'll see how the mid panel is covered in more of that very soft black leather. Covering the bottom of the heel, again, instead of elephant print, here we have this light gray colored suede. And then surrounding the top portion of the ankle collar area, here we have a blue colored perforated nubuck. In the center of the heel, we have this heel tab with Nike Air branding in red. But one thing I really liked was that on the right foot, the Nike Air branding is flipped, which obviously was intentional, but it's a play on that whole idea where there's flaws or imperfections found during the design or prototype process. As far as the laces go, this pair comes with two different lace options. The standard lace is a flat black lace, but they also come with vintage looking cream colored laces, which I think looks a lot better. It breaks up the darker tones on the front half of the shoe, and it complements the heel tab and the midsole color. Underneath this, the tongue is crafted out of suede, so the bottom half is perforated, and then on the top half of the tongue, we have this red Jumpman embroidered in red. The back of the tongue is covered in this blue colored liner, and then for the interior of the shoe, this is covered in a black colored finish. And then for the insoles, these come with a polyurethane lined insole. It's lined in this blue finish on top, and we have Rare Air branding pressed onto the heel. So the upper of these Jordan 3s sits atop this polyurethane foam midsole, which is painted in this cream color on the bottom, blue on the top of the middle, and the shiny black on the top of the heel. There's Nike Air technology underneath the forefoot, which is not visible, but it is visible underneath the heel via this cutout, which exposes the air unit inside the midsole itself. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, so the outsole is done in a combination of red, gray, cream, and blue colored rubber. You can see this red colored rubber pod on the forefoot, along with Nike branding on the center of the heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me these fit like any other typical recent Air Jordan 3, so I personally go true to size. I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I got these in a size 10 and they fit me very comfortably and perfectly. So whatever size you normally wear for recent Air Jordan 3s, go with that same size. For most people, that should be true to size. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel like any other Air Jordan 3, so in my opinion, even though this features technology from the mid to late 80s, there's something about the Jordan 3 that's always been comfortable to me. It's not gonna be anything super advanced. You're not gonna feel the benefits of modern day technology, but for a retro 80s sneaker, they have a decent amount of plushness to it. The upper doesn't have any pressure or hot spots around the toe. So if you're someone that normally likes how Jordan 3s feel, you're gonna like these. But if you're someone that's on the other side of things and feel that Jordan 3s are uncomfortable, then unfortunately, you're probably gonna feel that these are just the same as well. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship. So first off, material quality I was really happy with. Everything on the shoe feels like it's decent quality. So we have genuine leathers and genuine suedes, and they don't have like an overly scratchy or synthetic feel to them. The overall craftsmanship I thought was a little bit lacking. My shoe was a little bit crooked in terms of how the tongue and the laces line up to the overall shape of the toe box. This is something I've seen before in past Jordans or Nike releases, but it was extra obvious this time around. Other than that though, I thought it was pretty solid. It was free of any major glue stains and the stitch job was good. So I'm pretty sure I just got unlucky on my pair because other than that, the shoe felt pretty well put together. So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, like I said, this is a very unique spin on a familiar colorway, the Black Cement 3s. I know this is not going to be a shoe for everyone. It's pretty random, and the colors, while they work in a strange way to me, I can see why some people aren't fans of this whatsoever. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this Rare Air Jordan 3? Are you a fan of this combination, this weird combination? I don't know. Somehow, to me, it just kind of works. It's a good alternative to a Black Cement 3, but leave your thoughts down below and let's talk about it. As usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my social media accounts down below. And again, big shout out to The Closet Inc. for hooking me up with these. So thank you again for watching, and I'll catch everybody in my next video.